See what I have right here in my hands, guys? This purple mush on my gun, Dark Ether. This is probably my biggest highlight over the last 4 months of playing Cold War. That's how uninteresting this game is. Oh, COD, what happened to you? Yo, what's going on, guys? It's the boy Fooly, and I'm bringing you guys another video right here on Black Ops Cold War. And today we're going to be talking about the overall state of Call of Duty. There's a lot of things going on with COD right now. I mean, we have cheaters and hackers running amok. Popularity and ratings have gone down heavily. The hype for the next COD is non-existent. And so much more. But before we get into anything, make sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much for 1,200 subscribers. And yeah, guys, let's get right into it. I'm gonna be very straightforward in this video, guys. I think the overall state of COD, in all aspects, honestly, is definitely not in the greatest state. And when I say it's definitely not in the greatest state, I mean it's 100% ass. Like, in my opinion, Modern Piss Stains 2019, complete and utter ass. Black Ops Cold War, less severe ass, but still ass. I mean, essentially at that point, if you're asking me between Cold War and Modern Warfare 2019, you're pretty much asking me which bag of shit would I prefer more, the red one or the green one. Now, with MW 2019 being a camper's paradise, no dead silence, no prestige system, mounting, and doors, it's really just a big bowl of PTSD to me. And while I find Cold War a lot more enjoyable than Modern Warfare 2019, it still has a long list of problems. Horrible score streak system, horrible prestige system, horrible launch, horrible bugs at launch, and even now the content that we have up to this point is honestly mediocre at best. I mean, this guy over here, he gets it. And so not only are the main two COD titles over the last 2 years been horrible at launch and horrible up to this point, Call of Duty's hard carry over the last year and a half has been Warzone, and Warzone is even getting a lot of hate nowadays. I mean, look how many people have quit Warzone and quit streaming Warzone over the last couple of months. I mean, just look at the condition of Warzone right now. It's completely infested with hackers and cheaters everywhere. And yes, the overall numbers are still incredible for Warzone. It's still definitely one of the highest viewed games on Twitch, and it's incredibly easy to make YouTube content with Warzone. But I bet a lot of the people who play Warzone, just like how I play Cold War, don't actually enjoy it all that much. In fact, I'd say a fat percentage of people who play Warzone probably don't like playing it. And the craziest part to me about Warzone specifically, and no pun intended when I say this, but just how much they took the world by storm. Like, you would think with how massively popular Warzone is, Call of Duty and Activision would probably pour a ton of resources into that game, which I mean they kind of do because there's so many developers working on it right now. But think about how many people complain about Warzone each and every single day. And when you think about how many streamers have called out Warzone and called out Activision, and yet absolutely nothing is done, it's actually kind of crazy. You would think a game that's making millions and millions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of dollars on microtransactions, and especially when it's a free-to-play game and there's so many people playing your game, we have celebrities playing your game, we have artists playing your game, top streamers all around the world playing your game. It just surprises me how a game with this much pool has this little incentive to actually help out their community and address very simple things like, yeah, we have a cheating and a hacking problem in our game. It's really difficult for us to get an anti-cheat. They don't even say that. For all we know, it could actually legitimately be incredibly hard to get an anti-cheat. Now, personally, I don't think that's the case. I think with the amount of money that they have, it's probably very simple and very easy for them to get it, and they're just choosing not to. Now, there's a lot of rumors that Activision is partnering with some of these hacking companies and these people making cheats. Now, I don't know why in God's green earth would Activision do that, but to be completely honest, that wouldn't surprise me all that much. I mean, if they're out here bringing butt plugs to company trips, I wouldn't be surprised if they have a low-key alliance with hackers and cheaters. But all I know is at the end of the day, with how successful Warzone is, Activision is foul. Like, they're pure dead wrong for not supporting Warzone's community enough. They're dead wrong for that. And don't even get me started with World War II Vanguard. I've never seen a COD have this little hype ever. I think the last time I saw COD's hype be incredibly low was for Infinite Warfare back in 2016. And honestly, there's a lot of rumors going on about World War II Vanguard that only point to it being ass. Especially when you think about how horrible the launch was for Modern Warfare 2019 and Cold War. I mean, I don't blame anybody who says they have no hype going into World War II Vanguard, especially when you talk about SBMM and the overall amount of content that's going to be coming out and all the seasonal updates. I mean, it's truly no surprise that a lot of people really aren't looking forward to the next COD. And once again, especially if you take into consideration all the new games that are coming out this year. There's a new game called Splitgate coming out soon. There's a new game by Tom Clancy. Battlefield 2042 is most likely gonna smoke the dog shit out of COD Vanguard, at least in enjoyability, probably not in numbers, but definitely in overall quality. I mean, more than likely the SBMM isn't gonna be cock and ball torture as much as it is in COD. So far it's looking like a lot of dubs for the FPS games that are coming out this year besides COD. It looks like COD's gonna be taking a fat ass amount of L's this year. And don't even get me started on Activision. Yo, those guys at Activision are a bunch of demons. Those guys truly have no shame whatsoever. I mean, I'm talking absolutely no apologies for the allegations, no possible explanations, no side of their story. I mean, seriously, you ask them about those allegations, not a single word. You ask them about hackers or cheaters in Warzone. Oh, what's a hacker? What's a cheater? We beg for anti-cheat, all of a sudden there's no money for it. I mean, these guys are truly shameless. Like, they are actual demons. I'll tell you what, they got all the resources in the world to make a bunch of bundles and car horns and anime titty hentai packs. You know, car horns and keychains for $20 a piece. I mean, that's cool and all, but can we get some anti-cheat? And then all of a sudden it's silence again. And I know this seems like a straight up rant video, and I mean, it kind of is. And pretty much everything I've said up until this point has pretty much all been completely negative. And I've said this before, but there is something that the next COD can do differently. And what they can finally do is maybe look at the last 2 years of COD, get some actual legitimate feedback, and going into COD Vanguard, they could think about maybe not having their game infested with hackers and cheaters in Warzone, and maybe, just maybe, not having ball-tugging, pube-ripping SBMM. And follow me with this one, guys. But it's possible that maybe we go back to a prestige system that we used to have that wasn't completely and utterly pointless, and maybe, just maybe, a score streak system that makes sense. I mean, there's a lot of routes for COD Vanguard, and honestly, I'm not sure which route they're gonna take, but the safe bet is that they're probably not gonna do anything different. This is gonna be another one of those CODs that we've had over the last 2 years. Not gonna be innovative in the slightest. More than likely, there's still gonna be cock and ball torture levels of SBMM in the game. $25 hentai packs with car horns. There is a slight possibility that this next COD is actually going to be good, but there's just so many things that people have doubts about that they're probably not going to fix or address. That's gonna do it for me today, guys. I can't stand playing this game, not even for content, I'm not gonna lie. Curious to know what you guys think about the overall state of COD nowadays. Do you think it's ass? Do you think it's good? Do you think COD Vanguard's gonna be any better than the last 2 CODs? Personally, I have very, very low expectations. Everything about Activision, everything about the last 2 CODs that have been ass are probably gonna continue being ass. Warzone's probably not gonna get anti-cheat anytime soon. But as always, don't forget to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Toodaloo.